Oh, hello. Are you in my house? Oh, a project. Yeah, me and my group mates did our project on part of Fahrenheit 451, where Montag burns Beatty. We chose this particular passage because it has a lot of emotion and drama, and it's a really climactic and suspenseful part of the book, and it's going to be a lot of fun to put it into a video and portray all of that. So a little bit of context before we get into the passage. In Fahrenheit 451, it's in a futuristic society, and Montag is a fireman. Firemen burn houses that have books in it. And Montag has books in his house. And so his fire captain, whose name is Beatty, tells him to burn down his house. And so that's where we're going to pick it up. If there was no solution, well then there was no problem either. Fire was best for everything. The books leapt and danced like roasted birds, their wings ablaze with red and yellow feathers. And then he came to the parlor, where the great idiot monsters lay asleep, with their white thoughts and their snowy dreams, when he shot a bolt at each of the 3 blank walls, and the vacuum hissed out at him. The emptiness made an even emptier whistle, a senseless scream. He tried to think about the vacuum upon which the nothingness had performed, but he could not. He held his breath so the vacuum could not get into his lungs. He cut off its terrible emptiness, drew back, and gave the entire room a gift of one huge, bright, yellow flower of burning.
When you're quite finished, you're under arrest.
My wife pulled the alarm, but her friends turned one earlier. I let that ride. You know, it was pretty silly quoting poetry all around the tree like that. It was the act of a silly, damn sly.
You give a man a few lines of verse, and he thinks he's the lord of all creation. You think you can walk on water with your books. Well, look where they got you now, up to your lip in slime. And if I stir the slime with my little finger, you'll drown.
Montag could not move. A great earthquake had come with the fire and leveled his entire life. He could not move. The earthquake was still shaking and falling and shivering inside him, and he stood there, his knees half bent under the great load of tiredness and bewilderment and outrage, letting Beatty hit him without raising a hand.
Montag, you idiot. Montag, you damn fool. What you really doing?
Montag did not hear. He was far away. He was running with his mind. He was gone.
Well, so there's more here than I thought. Saw you tilt your head, listening. First I thought you had a seashell, but when you turned clever later, I was wondering. We'll trace this back and drop in on your friend.
No.
That's one way to get an audience. Hold a gun to a man and force him to listen to your little speech. Well, speech away. What'll be this time? Why don't you belch Shakespeare at me, you fumbling snob? There'd be no terror, Cassius, in your words. For I'd be an ox so strong that they pass me by as an idle wit, for which I have respect. Go ahead, you second-hand literature. Pull the trigger.
We never burned right.
Hand it over, guy.
And then, Beatty was a shrieking blaze, a jumping, sprawling, gibbering mannequin, no longer human or known. All writhing flame on the lawn, as Montag shot one continuous pulse of liquid fire on him. There was a hiss like a great mouthful of spittle banging a red-hot stove, a bubbling and frothing as if salt had been poured over a monstrous black snail to cause a terrible liquefaction and a boiling over of the yellow foam. Beatty flopped over and over and over, and at last twisted in on himself like a charred wax doll and lay silent